Aku here again. Welcome back to FTB Insanity. I'm out and about. I'm out in a desert, and my inventory is totally full, so that's not great. What I've been doing is I've got plans for the episode, so don't worry. I'm not just going to randomly wander about. I've got plans. I've come right across here. Where's my base? There's my base. So there's where I'm based. I've come right over here. I need to go and check that out. See what presses are in that. If you don't know, you need these things to start applying logistics too. I've got a silicon press and a logic press. They are from this one, near me. From a little village there, it had a witchery hut, a witchery chest and a railcraft chest in there, and a farmcraft chest. Farmcraft chest had nothing really useful in it. I had a couple of thermonomicons, I've left them in there. The meteorite here is from... Meteorite if it's on the floor, meteorite if it's in space, one of the two. Meteor is where you get the presses from. So I've got two presses out of that, so I was pretty lucky. What I'm actually looking for is one of these things. I've just found one. So I have got an issue with no ender pearls. I've made a little thing outside my base to try and lure endermen to me to kill, but it's not going great, and I do need ender pearls to progress. So I thought I'd see if I can find any loot chests. And what I'm hoping to actually find in here is a chalk to get me into a runic dungeon. I've not been in here yet, so it might have nothing in it. So let's have a look, and unfortunately my inventory's all massively full. Look at that, I'd be so dead with all these potions. So look, plans for this episode are, I am going to automate the shut-off on that big reactor I made last episode. That won't take long. And then I want to get into applied logistics 2, because I said I want to do that as early as possible. So I'm going to go straight into that. I'm going to go down into this the way I've seen people do it on UHC. I don't like blocks falling because they could fall into the pressure plate. My inventory is so full, I need to throw some things away. You're going. And ruin berries, I can always get more of them. Gold nuggets gonna have to go, glass bottles. Bit of chalk. So these things, I just want to show you these by the way. If you have not been to the nether yet, and you are in a bit of a need of blaze powder, or blaze rods even. Well, blaze rods is a little bit more complicated, but if you're in need of blaze powder, what you can do is you can look in the desert for these cinder pearls. You can craft them into blaze powder. So I've got a bit of blaze powder there. You can compress them into blaze rods, but that means getting into IC2 having a compressor. But it's useful to know that you can get blaze powder without having to go into the nether. Let's have a look down here then. Down again. Let's have a torch there so I can see what's going on. So as soon as I can, I want to break that pressure plate, and then blocks like there was actually sat on the pressure plate as well. It's kind of crazy. So of course there's TNT under here, the pressure plate would have blown it up. That is exactly what I'm after. Magical chalk. Wonderful. That's going to let me get into... that's quite useful as well, stuff for travelling. I'll probably have to come back and empty what's in these. These dim little things, I don't know what they're about yet. They're from RF Tools. I plan to find out what they're about. Cool, I've got 2 magical chalks. That's even better. I shall have to come back to this dungeon, and that uncommon treasure we shall have to have a look at as well. So I'll meet you back at my base. I'll take this stuff back. I need to make a chest of some... a bag of some kind, don't I? I'll meet you back at my base once I've got all this stuff across there. Okay then, back at my base, and I've tied it up to an extent. I've managed to get myself a full set of these inscriber plates. I got a couple from there, I got one from a little one there, a real tiny little one. And the 2 of them from there that you saw me, I was missing one still, and I found one with a lot of lava around it there, and I got the last one, that's actually got 3 spare ones in. So that was good, so I've got all them. And from the chests in that temple, which you can't really see where it is from above, but it's around there somewhere, that looks like it, doesn't it? Is that it? Yep, there we go. From there I got actually 4 of them chalk, no I didn't, I got 3 of them chalks, so that's really cool. So that means I can open up 3 runic dungeons. I will be doing that before the end of the episode. I shall be certainly doing a runic dungeon. What we need for that is I need my chisel, which is around somewhere, there we go, and I need a smooth stone, and I need to go like this. I need to grab that and make a chisel stone brick, and then I need to use a chalk. I need to place the brick, of course. Use the chalk on the brick, and I get a dungeon to go and play in. One thing I did just fail on, I took a safari net to go and capture one of them villages over there, and I forgot. So I have to go back over to that village right over there again at some point to right over there to grab a villager. Hopefully, well, that's not loaded, so they shouldn't die, because this guy is not giving me any emeralds. Luckily, though, I have, I'm up to 40 levels. Luckily, from one of them, not one of them that you saw me get, but them bags you saw me get, I got this gold chest. Oh, that's nice. I'm breaking last stand of protection 5. I need an auto disenchanter. Weird, it doesn't. Yeah, okay. I got these 30 gold coins and a potion of water breathing from those 2 treasure bags that I got from another treasure bag that I got from one of the killing a zombie who was outside trying to get the villager. I got a single emerald, so I've got an emerald, which is good. What I want to start with is, so for this episode, well, in fact, let me carry on with what I've done since last episode. So I made a chunk loader. Chunk loaders are pretty straightforward. It's just 1 ender pearl and 5 gold around an enchantment table. So I made a quick enchantment table. I'm not actually use it for enchanting anything yet. I need to get on with that as well. But there we go. I've made myself a chunk loader. So that now my little base here is chunk loaded, which means these guys grow. So when I came back from that little journey, they were all ready to go. I found 2 more of them down underneath my base. I've been doing a bit of mining down in the abandoned mine shaft down there. What I was after was I was mainly looking for these guys and for redstone and for lapis. So I've got enough of these shards to make one each of these things, and I could put a couple of bookcases on the research table. What they do is the bookcases and the crystal clusters there, they get these little star things on your research, which means that the last one will regen. So yeah, I'm trying to get, that's why I've got them there, just to help me on the way a little bit with that. Not a big deal, but I thought I'd passively keep it going. So what else have I done? So you can see here, I made a couple of strong boxes. People often ask me why I don't use iron chests. I like strong boxes because when they've got things in like that, I can break it, I can move it elsewhere, and it doesn't drop the stuff, and it's still got the stuff in. So that's why personally I prefer strong boxes. You do have to spend a bit more resources building into the bigger ones. They can be enchanted with a thing called holding, that makes them even bigger as well. So that's why I prefer using those. If I do want to break that just a second, I made a little bit of leadstone fluid duct, leadstone flux duct it's called now actually. Leadstone flux duct. I've got 1 spare. So that was made like so, bit of redstone, bit of lead, and a bit of glass. I don't want to make any more of that. I actually want to go straight to the ones that are better. So these ones, redstone energy flux duct, is what I want, because if you look at the cryo stabilizers, the ones that I plan to use eventually, these are the ones that have infinite throughput. Then these ones actually start with redstone flux ducts in the middle, so I won't be actually building stuff that I'm going to bin, because these leadstone ones will be getting binned as soon as I've got better ones. So for that, I started actually putting these together. So I made a magma crucible and a fluid transposer. They're pretty straightforward, so you can just check the recipes for them. If I'll show you one of them. They're all pretty much the same, the thermal expansion machines. So the magma one, they all need a frame in the middle. They all need a coil here. Most machines that output power need conductance. All the ones that receive power need a reception coil, which is just that. Machine frame, the basic one, is just tin gear with iron and glass around it. Most of them need gears in the corner here. The magma crucible needs a couple of bits of nether brick and a leadstone energy cell, so I had to make those. And the fluid duct is similar. The fluid transposer, should I say, is similar. Uses a bucket and some copper gears, I think. So that's them two. They've got power, but I've not done anything in them yet. That is to make the redstone energy conduits for when I need more power. At the minute, as you can see behind there, if I break that one more time, this is just connected straight to the pipe. I've got no vibrant energy cell yet because I've got no ender pearls. So that's all good. And then over here, what we've got is, you can see I've got a barrel full of cobble and a barrel full of smooth stone. If we jump under here, you will see I have made a couple of igneous extruders, and behind that one there's an aqueous accumulator which is generating water. So this one that's doing smooth stone needs a water supply because it actually consumes the water. There you go, see it fill back up. So I'm getting smooth stone there and I'm getting cobble there. That's for building materials. I need building materials, so that's what that's for. I will be making another cobble gen to get compressed stone for the deep dark portal. That will be getting done using a transfer node from extra utilities, but they also need ender pearls, so I can't really do that yet. So that's giving me some building materials. I'm running out of space in here massively. I need to get up to the top sooner rather than later. I might have to make a ladder for now. Just ladder my way up there, which is a bit of a ball ache. I suppose Now I've got that travelling staff. I can actually fly up there, is that right? Has that got power? Got no power. So I think once that's got power, I can fly over there. Or does that just go point to point on the ground? I might not be able to. I might not be able to. I don't really use these much, so I shall have to find out. Right, so is that everything covered from last episode? I think it is. Done some mining, done some bits down here. Chunk loader here. He ain't giving me emeralds. Oh, I made this thing just to get a couple of extra things. Rotten flesh does quite well in these things. Crafting tables can give you all 6 primals. Rotten flesh I think has a bonus. So I'm just burning through some rotten flesh here. I'll always get more rotten flesh, so that's getting me a few more research things there, so I can research more stuff. Oh yeah, one more thing outside. I've changed the farm around a little bit, and then we're done with what's been done between episodes, and I can get on with what's new this episode. So these are all on. They're not on crops, of course. They don't need to be on crops. These are all on the IC2 crops now, and I've got wheat. I've split this into 4: wheat, netherwort, reeds, and cotton. These are all temporary, by the way. My plan is once I'm up on the top of the tree, the base of the tree, it'll look like no one's ever been here. I want it so that you cannot tell. I'm probably gonna have a garage door on there rather than the door that's on. Well, I'm out here. Let's have a quick look over here. I've got this little bit of dirt over here, so I can have a look around for Endermans. So if I do manage to spot an Enderman, I eyeball him, so he comes flying at me. And because this is too tall, he can't get underneath here with me. So I've got a safe place to hit him from. But I'm not seeing any out and about at the minute. It's quite dangerous out here, I must admit. But right, let's not get sidetracked, Echo. Let's stay on target. Right, okay, zombies are coming at me. I want to run away. Whee! I did nearly die out there earlier. I was fighting a fallen knight and the skeleton came and started shooting me while I was fighting a fallen knight, which was not the best. And I was down to half a heart. I had to run back into my house here and drink a potion really quick. That's the other thing I've done. When I was going back over there, I used those blaze powder that I got from them flowers, and I used one of my ender pearls and made myself an ender pouch. So if I do die, then whatever's in here will still be in here if I make a new one. Of course, this needs attaching to an ender chest, but I've not got the stuff to make that yet. I need blaze rods. I don't really want to use them ender pearls just yet, so I can get some more. Anyway, right, let's get on with what I want to do with this episode then. I want to quickly make a little start-stop control for this. So for that, I need to make a couple of redstone ports, which I shall do off camera. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, it's 8 of them. The sag mill and alloy smelter put out uranium ingots rather than yellowstone, but the uranium actually works in there, so I've checked. It fits in the slot, so I presume it works in there, okay. So that's all good. Right, redstone ports. That's why I had to go down. I was down to 2 redstone, so I went mining for redstone. There's not a great deal of redstone down there. Or lapis. I can hear an enderman. You. Come on, come back. Oh, skeleton. What are you doing here? Oh, for God's sake. Bad work of that. Oh man. Making such a mess of this stuff. Come here. Come on. I don't like it during the day, they just bounce around all over the bloody place. Come on, come over here, you. I'm eyeballing you. Come over here. That's right. There's 2 of them. Okay, this might take a little while. Let me try and get these killed. Okay then, took a couple of hits, but I got another 2 ender pearls off them, so I'm back up to 4 now, which is pretty useful. I think I've had, see that increased skull and ender pearl drops? I've pretty much had an ender pearl of every enderman I've killed up to now, so that's been good. And I've kind of been ignoring the ender minis because they'll just wreck me at the minute. Right, so I made these 2, which I said I was going to make. So reactor casings, I made 2 of them, and then 2 of these redstone reactor pots. Now I need some red alloy wire, so that is there. We make them by just putting redstone around iron, which is why I need to go mining for redstone, of course. So now 3 of them guys on top of each other. Going to get me some red alloy wire. Now I have a quick check to remind myself how to do this in single player. I always forget. What I'm going to have to do is temporarily break into the back of here. Now the problem I'm going to have with this is, let's break that glass a minute. I'll break that one and that one. Is this red alloy wire does not fasten to the port, which is a shame, because that would make things much easier. If you see here, I can put the wire on that block, but I can't put it on that block. So what I need to do is I need to actually do something slightly different. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the wire up above, like so. My state cell is going to go there, and I'm going to make a couple of things that I can fasten this to this. What we're going to make is, I'll repair that once I'm done. What we're going to make is, I made a saw. A saw needs some of these, which is just 2 stones on top of each other, gives you 2 of them. And a diamond, that's going to come in useful for loads of stuff, and micro blocks and stuff, so that, I don't mind making that. And what I want now is, I'll use a bit of smooth stone, and I need to break that down into 8 of them. I'll leave them for as covers in case I need them for anything. So they can go in there, and now these 8 of these, oh no, I actually need both of them, because, oh, it does not work. Are you kidding me? Red, does it have to actually be wood? So they're oak wood strips on red alloy wire. Turns out it might have to be oak wood strips. That's weird. Let's try it. I'm going to need 2 of them anyway. I've only got 1 bit of oak wood, so I'm going to have to cut to get this done. So let's cut that down into oak wood strips. And that's going to give me enough for 2, isn't it? Wonderful. And then let's spread these around 2 of them bits of red alloy. Okay, so it looks like it has to be oak wood. Okay, so what that's going to do is let me connect the cable here to the thing like that. So you can see there, it runs it through that frame, so that connects. I need another one there. I don't need space to get in there at all, so that's okay. Let's have a torch down there so no mobs can spawn behind there once I cover it all back up. And I should sleep really, but not just yet. What I need to do now is state cell. For this we need circuit plates are straightforward, conductive plates are straightforward, as are pointers and cathodes really. What I've done is I've chucked some smooth stone in here, which is how you get that. That's just cooked up smooth stone. Start with the, we need an anode, which I think is 3. So there's an anode. You get 3 of them, I need 1. I need 2 conductive plates, which is just 1 of them with a bit of redstone. Then I need some redstone torches here. 1 with a redstone torch and 1 with a redstone torch and a bit of smooth stone above it. So 2 redstone torches please. I best sleep because I've got a hole in my wall there, I don't want stuff walking in. I'll just quickly have a quick kip. Sleepy music. And now, are you in here with me? You're going to find your way in here with me? What's that about? Where's that come from? Just noticed that when I was fighting the Enderman. There's a... Go away. I can hear another one. Sure I can. Yeah, look at that. He got in. So it was a good job I slept because I didn't want no creepers coming in there. You go in there. So yeah, 2 redstone torches. 1, 2. And now I need 1 smooth stone. So a plate with a redstone torch gets a cathode, 1 with a smooth stone over the top gets a pointer. And apart from the middle bit, we're all done. Now the middle bit's a bit trickier. It's a silicon chip, it needs infused silicon. So if you backtrack this all the way, we need sand around a piece of stone. And I've got no sand. Damn it. Be right back. There we go then, just stag milling a bit of that sandstone I brought back from the desert. Gets me a bit of sand. So what I need to do is, what was it, sand around a block of coal I think. Was it not? Silicon, block of coal, yep, so 9 coal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like that. Get them sand around that. Gets me a sandy coal compound. Cook that up. Should go nice and quick. And he's going to throw me a silicon bowl in there. Now silicon bowl with our saw becomes silicon. So I get 8 of them. And now what I need to do is, oops, not that at all. What I need to do is put redstone around that to get me the red silicon compound. Then I need to cook that again. It's a little bit fiddly this. And once I've done that, come on, there we go. We've got our infused silicon. Combine that with 3 of these guys, gets us our silicon chip. And now it's just a case of doing that. We've got our state cell. Wonderful. What the state cell does is, it's my favourite logic gate, a state cell. Very nice. What it does, input, output. I have to break that for a second. Let's start over here. What I'm going to do is this redstone port, we're going to set it to turn the reactor on and off. So I'm going to click on that, and we're going to set from signal, and we're going to commit. So if this has a redstone signal, the reactor will be on. If this doesn't have a redstone signal, the reactor will be off. Very good. This one we're going to set to energy amount, and we're going to activate it while it's below 80%, let's say. Commit. So you see that's lit up red because if we come around here and look at the controller, we are at 67.4% full there. When that goes over 80, it's going to stop. So what would happen if we just had a redstone signal on this? Every time that it's 80, it'd just stop. So if it was one of the things, it'd just feather on and off all the time. And feathering on and off would work, but it's not the best way of doing it. What happens with a state cell? If that gets a redstone signal, then a redstone signal goes out here. But it's got a timer built into this. I'm going to set the timer to a minute. What's going to happen is when this redstone signal goes off from the inside, the timer starts, and this redstone signal stays on for however long the timer is. So what's going to happen is when that hits 80%, that's going to go off, which is going to cut the input. But this is going to stay on for an extra 60 seconds, so the reactor can fill up beyond 80%. That makes sense? So if I connect this back up now, what you'll see is we have got our circuit running, so it's looped, and we'll see the reactors on. And if we watch it here, when we get to 70%, it's going to go pretty quick. I think a minute's too long, isn't it? Let's go to 30 seconds. Let's change that quickly to 30 seconds. So when this hits 80%, let's try and quickly change that to 75. I think it's too late. It's still on, that's good. So when this hits 75%, so 73, so what you're going to see is 75%, that's going to go off. So any second now, this input's going to cut. There we go. And you can see there, that's staying on. And if you look at the little pointer there, the timer's going. So that's going to keep going for 30 seconds. And we'll see how much over 75% we get. And then you can fine tune the timer so you get up to like 98% if you want. So then it'll just, every time it gets to 75%, it'll just flick back on. And then it'll work for however long we set the timer for. So that's going to be stopping any time now. See, it's nearly all the way around. There we go, that's stopped. And you can see 30 seconds got us up to 80%. So you've got us just over 5%. So if I go for 2 minutes, I'll go for 90 seconds. So that should get us up to 90%, yeah? So basically what's going to happen is the reactor is always going to be between 75 and 90%. So that's all good. And that's perfect now, so I don't waste any. So the two things that are going to happen there is, one is I will not run out of power because it'll always turn itself on. The other thing is it won't waste fuel because it'll always turn itself off. Cool. Right, that's the first thing I want to get done for this episode then, so that's achieved. Now what I want to do is I want to get on with getting a little AE system going. Now I've got power. I've got a bit of uranium to last me. I'm actually going to put that uranium into there now. I'm confident that that's going to stay there for a short time. Well, I do actually need 2 of them at some point. because we're going to need to be able to pull that cyanite out as well as putting uranium in, and that won't work off one, so we'll need two of them eventually, but for now that's okay. I'm going to start on AE2 then. Applied energistics, and one of the first things we're going to want is a charger. That's this thing, and for that we need fluix. So fluix, one charged Certus, one nether quartz, and one redstone dust into a puddle. So let's get one nether quartz. In fact, let's get two. We've got three charged Certus, so let's do all three, might as well. It's not going to hurt us. And three redstone. And I need a puddle. Everyone likes jumping in muddy puddles. There we go. And this stuff will go real nice and quick. That's when I go on shift control them three into there. And what you should see is a little reaction. And did I do something wrong? Oh, I put too much redstone in there. There we go. I've got 6 of these fluix crystals. Wonderful. Now, the next step is to... I don't want to do it like that. Do I want to purify them, really? To purify them, it doubles them up. So to purify these, we grind it into fluix dust. So Sagma will do that. And then the fluix dust... Come on. It's only a couple of days ago I did this. Can never remember anything. Pure fluix seed made from fluix dust and sand into a puddle of water. But that's going to take absolutely ages. So I need crystal growth accelerators. So for now I'll just get the charger made. And what else am I going to need? I'm going to need a... So we need a charger to be able to make more of that charged stuff. So I only had 3. I've got plenty of normal Certus though. So yeah, I'll get the charger made. Makes sense. So I just need some iron for that. Iron, and we'll have one of them. I would really like to make these pure, but I won't do that just yet. So there we go. We've got a charger. The next thing I'm going to go straight for a controller. That uses 4 of these and an engineering processor. So for this, I need to set up some inscribers. So what I need to do now is, crystal growth accelerators. That's going to take more fluix. Tell you what, I'm going to cut. I'm going to make some crystal growth accelerators. I'm going to charge up some fluix, some of this Certus into charge to make some more of this fluix stuff, and I'll show you how to turn that into pure fluix. Okay, a little change of plan. Decided to have a little bit of a mess around. I don't want to press that button. I want to press that one. Get rid of my map. I'm decided to have a little bit of a mess around. I'm going to need more space. I need to get to the top of the tree because I'm running out of space at a rapid rate. Just quickly, I did that as well. I think I forgot to mention that earlier when I was on the farm. I moved the melons, carrots and potatoes down here on normal IC2 crops. I planted some witchery stuff just to get it growing. There's some water artichokes, witchery as well over there. And that's mandrake, belladonna and snowbell. Right, let's get back in here then. And I should have slept before I started. I just came back in here after cutting some trees down. I planted some trees, so I needed some oak. I just came in here and there was a concussion creeper, the ones that teleport you, in here. As far as I can tell, looking at F7, everywhere in here is lit, but something is being dodgy. You'll see no torches. I've put carpenter blocks in the floor. Just in case you're new to my channel, you don't know how I do my lighting, with a bit of glowstone and carpenter block, which I've got a lot of in here. What you can do is you put the carpenter block down. If you shift right click a bit of glowstone on, it becomes a light source, and then you can mask that with whatever you want. Not whatever you want. Oh, look at that. That's probably going to crash me. So mask it with a barrel, puts it like that. That's weird, isn't it? That didn't crash me. That's good. So you can then mask it so you can have light sources. So there, you see it on wheelers saying that's a carpenter block. I've got light source there, one there, one there, and one under there. That's where the light for this room is. They sometimes maybe are a bit dodgy. I had a concussion creeper, I was not happy. Luckily, it was a concussion creeper, not an actual creeper, because that would have made a right mess. Right then, so, as like I said, I'm going to have a little bit of a play around here. I'm going to have a bit of fun. What I'm going to do is... I've got no space at all, really. Oh, where's he gone? Oh, I know where he gone. I bet the concussion creeper teleported him out. Ha! Well, he's useless anyway. He's over there, look. Oh, you're going to get it, ain't he? Oh man, I need to deal with this. Back in a minute. Oh well, it was not quick enough. Poor villager got it, but he won't drop him emeralds anyway. I still have to go back to the village then for two reasons now. Let's get it. Oh, sorry about that. Someone bibbing her on outside. Right, so I want to have a little bit of fun with this, and I've got no room. I'm going to have to really move upstairs sooner rather than later. Let's get that. That should all be instant health 2s. It is. Oh man, there's a delivery van outside. It's going to start causing loads of noise. Let's just put you there. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a couple of jabber barrels up. And I'm going to give them both a structural 1 upgrade. And then I'm going to give them both a hopper upgrade, which I've not made. Hopper upgrades need hoppers and pistons. There we go. Hopper upgrade onto both of them. And now on the inside, one there and one there. And what these do by default is they output from the barrel into whatever is going to be here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have that there. I need to power that before we do anything else. So that's going to push into it. What we can do is with this thing, which is a barrel hammer, we can shift click it until it's into the hopping. So that's resonating, you see there. That's redstone. Is that hopping? Yes. So you see there, if you actually mouse over it, it shows you in brackets what it is. So that's hopping. What I can do, if I click on that with the hopping, so that little arrow up there, that is now going to pull in from this thing. So it'll only pull in charged Certus though. So what we need, this is where I'm having a bit of fun, is what I'm going to want to make here is I think I want 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And then around them, I want them like that. Okay, maybe it has to be an arcane crafting table. This is a first little bit of thermokinegistics. So in thermokinegistics here, we have got this iron gearbox. There is an upgrade for this, and the upgrade can be done by, it's a thaumium one. Can't open it yet because I need the use core, which I think is off that one. And the use core is an infusion recipe, so I'm not going to do that just yet. But what I can do is just with this basic one, means I can wind it myself. With the upgraded one, golems can wind it for you. But this thing here, iron gearbox, yep, does need an arcane workbench. So there we go. Wooden gear with iron round it, and then a bit of cobble. Bring a bit of cobble with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think what I need to do is I need to get up top, create a space, and actually create a workshop room for some inscribers and stuff. I'm not going to have enough room in here, never. I'm going to keep getting less and less room as time goes on. So I think I need to get up there sooner rather than later. There we go, I need to put my wand in there. So my wand, I've just been charging by having in my bar. When I kill mobs, the mobs drop little bits of essentia. So that's why my wand's charged up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And then like that. And like that. And that's going to take a bit of order and air. And then gets me an iron gearbox. Check that out. So yeah, see that's gone down. If I leave that in my bar when I'm killing mobs outside. I can't believe my village is gone. What a knobhead. When that's in my bar and I kill mobs, then that will fill them up. So what I can do now is I can put that under there. This, by the way, will come in useful later because I think I'm going to actually use this for my charger. But you'll see if I wind that up, look at the charger. You see the charger got 600 AE power of 1.5k AE. The power in the pack is in AEs rather than redstone flux. So I'm not sure if that's a config thing or something I can do when I get a terminal. By the way, when I was trying to save the NPC, the villager, I got my first miniature red heart, which I shall be using to make into a heart canister when I get the other bits for it. So jeweled apple is it 4? Oops. Oh god, what have I done there? Jeweled apple, I believe. Yes, 4 diamonds around an apple. I can get that. That's easy enough to make. That's just aluminium. Oh, tin on a bone. Interesting. And that means I need to kill some wither skeletons. So once I get wither skeleton, I can get an extra heart. So that's good. So I've got a few diamonds. I'm bad with diamonds. 14, not loads. But what I can do now is let's have 16 of these. And if I put 16 there, unlock that, you'll see this doesn't pull out because that's normal Certus quartz. What I need to do is wind that up to 1.5 K AE, and then it'll change it into charged Certus quartz, and that guy should have pulled it in. I possibly need to put the first one in there. Let's manually put the first one in there. And that. Let's see if it pulls in now. So you'll see a little spark when it changed. There we go. A little semi-automated way. I mean, I could, to be honest, I could have just put this straight onto the power and put some pipes, but I kind of like these hopping barrels, so I will find use for them later on. This, once it's properly open my system, will have a import bus and an export bus. I'm going to have an import bus with a level limiter, so I can actually keep a stock of charged Certus in my system. There we go. What do you reckon? Bit of fun, isn't it? So yeah, the upgraded version of that actually uses that as a crucible recipe, so I will upgrade that one day. And you can have 5 golems on that if you want, and they'll do it really quick. But I'll just have 1 golem on there, just for the sake of having it later, to be honest. But there we go, I'm making myself a little bit of charged stuff. Right, I'm going to get on doing some applied energistics like I said I would. What I actually want to do though is I want to make more power storage. So I cannot make the vibrant capacitor yet, because I do not have the ender pearls, as we know, but I can upgrade that later on. If you look at that, that takes 2 vibrant alloy each octadic, so 2, 4, 6, that takes 8 vibrant alloy. And if you look at this, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so you're not actually losing anything by doing it this way. It's exactly the same really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, well, a bit of electrical steel. I'm going to upgrade my capacitors to the double ones. I'm going to make myself some electrical steel, which is silicon and coal dust. So I need, what do I need here? I need 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 8 electrical steel, 8 AA capacitors, and 2 blocks of redstone. I'm going to make 2 of these normal capacitor banks, and then later on when I've got my ender pearls, we will upgrade them to the vibrant one. So electrical steel, I'm guessing I've not got much. I did make a little bit, but I only made enough to get the Yeta wrench, so I did make a Yeta wrench. So I'll get some electrical steel made, and we shall make a couple of capacitor banks to sit behind there, because then I can actually use one of them as a mobile one for doing the crystal growth accelerators that I'm going to make. Okay, right then, the episode is actually getting a bit longer. We're at 38 minutes. I'm going to make these, and then I'm going to jump into that runic dungeon. I was going to make some travel anchors. I've just checked the config. It's 48 blocks, so it looks like I'm going to have to do travel anchors for now. They're nice travel anchors, they are. But that actually let me 48 blocks. I have gone up 48 blocks using a ladder, and it gets me up to about there. So it's over halfway when I want to go. So it's not going to do the full stretch in one go. And say once that levels out so it's widest is where I want to level it off. So between episodes I shall do that. Let's quickly make these these capacitors then. These non-vibrant capacitors. I've got all the bits I need. I've just been down mining again because I ran out of redstone. I didn't have enough because I used it all to make that 36 fluid crystal, which I shall be doubling up. So let's look at capacitor. And quickly shift click that into here. So capacitor bank, 5 billion RF each, and 1, 2. That gets me 2 of them. So I grab my wrench. I'm just going to pop these off. I'm breaking these with a hammer earlier, but with a pick earlier, but of course you can wrench them off as well. And I'm going to wrench that cable off, which has fallen behind there. Of course it has. Come here, you. And I'm going to put these 2 guys there and there. So what that should do is drain the power out of that. That's turned on because of our little redstone control behind, which is good. So it'll fill that up. It's going to fill it up pretty quick because this 10 million is only what that holds. So we've only doubled our capacity here, but that is just temporary until we can get that to vibrant. Of course, I can use one of these as a mobile one if I so desire. That was the plan, to possibly set up some inscribers. But yeah, I need more space, so I'll do that up top next time. So you're going to go in there, and I'll grab one of these runic chalks and that chiseled stone brick. Don't know if it matters where this goes, so I am just going to. I don't want mobs falling into it, so I guess I want it inside. I don't want any mobs falling into it, do I? What I shall do is I shall come down and I'll tidy this up later. What I'm going to do is... Oh man, I've not got a shovel yet, a bit slack. There we go, let's go in there. And yeah, I'll tidy this up later. All I'm going to do is I'm going to place it... Well, I've got enough for a few of these dungeons, haven't I? So I might want to do more than one. So what I shall do is I shall... What's my middle point here? Oh, I'll see it because it's got the chunk loader on it. That's good. So there's my middle point. I'll put a torch down there. And to the outside we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I think this is actually odd when it builds. So let's do this and this. I've crashed my server a few times by right clicking stuff with this dark axe. So be careful if you're using one. It does break stuff. Right, I'm going to put the chiseled block there. Not sure how this is going to work. Let's have a look. What I'm going to do, just in case it breaks anything, because I'm not sure how stable this mod is, I'm going to do a backup so that if anything does go terribly wrong, I can come back to this point. So let's wait for that to go. And now I believe all I need to do is right click on that with that, bam, and yeah, it's gone weird on it. So meh. So it is in fact odd. It gives you a 4, which is just weird. Who builds like that, eh? I'm sure lots of people build like that, but you know. Let's tidy this up. I will make this look pretty later on. What I'm probably going to do is have 3 or 4 of these in this looks like a slightly enlarged room down here. So that's what happens. You get stone bricks around there, and you get that around the middle. Let's put you in there. Put you in there. My sword should last a while. That dark axe is nearly dead anyway. I'll keep that in case there's any lava in there. I'll just drop them blocks in there for now. And I probably want that on my bar. I've got 2 post healing things with me. I'm going to need more. Should have more made. Every time I take 3 off the... Every time I take 3 of these off the brewing stand, I make 3 more. So, brewing stand is now over here. So, 3 of them off. Normally I've got 3 bottles. I've only got 2 bottles at the minute. No, I haven't. I need to drink 1. So, 3 bottles. 1, 2, 3. Have another water. And I shall do the rest of it when I come back. Well, that gets them started. So I'll glistening melon and a glowstone when I come back. I'll keep them free out in case I need them, and I shall head into this runic dungeon and see what kind of goodies it's going to give me. Whee! Whee? Do I click? I guess I click. I click. And got an achievement. Off we go. It's very dark. I presume things are loaded in. Hello. Now, is it dark because it's loading in? I think it's what it'll be creating the dungeon. There we go. Cool, so I am in this place and I get a key when I come in. So, what I can do with the key... Unbreakable, eh? Everything's unbreakable, cool. What I do with the key is I pick a direction. And as you can hear, there's mobs in every direction. This might be very stupid of me at my current gear level. Let's see how bad it is. So in here, oh man. So each room has a key. Oh dear. Oh, let me out, let me out, let me out. Right, yeah, I'm not geared enough for that yet, am I? But, whew. Okay, each room has a key in it somewhere. So, Jesus, that was a mess. I need proper regen and better armour before I go in there. So unfortunately, there's a first look at a runic dungeon. Each successive room you go into, there's a key somewhere in the room, I believe. I had a quick look on the wiki and I had a quick play in creative mode in single player. So I kind of half know what's going on. So you need to find the key to move on to the next room. There is a boss in the middle of the dungeon somewhere. So it's a case of going through doors, either going randomly or picking a direction, until you find the edge or until you find the boss. And there's loads of chests and stuff in there. We will be heading back into there in later episodes. But for now, as you can see, I am not quite ready for that. So I'm going to wrap up the episode. Next episode, we will be doing a... What was that doing? 37%. We will be getting AE done. What I'm going to do between episodes is I'm going to get us a couple of travel anchors made. Pretty straightforward. I think I'll need 3. 3 travel anchors. Bit of conduit binder, so I need a bit of clay for that, because you need gravel, sand and clay. And a pulsating crystal, that's a little bit of iron and ender pearls. So I need to use 3 of my ender pearls to make 3 of them. And a diamond. And then just a bit of iron. I'm going to get me 3 of them, and I shall clear out the top, and I'll start building a base up there using smooth stone and my trusty old chisel. Cool, I hope you join me for that. Cheers, bye.